be 2 months, but me am I busy? Because if you didn't know, you wouldn't start excusing yourself and you wouldn't start explaining yourself. So we already know that it is important that we seek to take care of ourselves. And I'll get the question that oh, you say dead men don't work. And I'm saying that, yes, I say dead men don't work. And mind you, when I say dead, you don't have to be physically dead to be dead. Some people, we see them walking around, but bless you, they're just cadavers of themselves. They're just carcasses or corpse of themselves. They wake up in the morning, they go to work, they come back, they wake up in the morning, they go to work, they come back, job, key job here, that one job. And then it's like, oh, yeah, bro, yeah, say, yeah, hustle. So that is the goal. And then we forget that we are human beings. It's like on and on and on and on and on we go. So when I say that dead men don't talk and then dead men don't work, I don't just mean physical. I'm talking about these 5 broad categories that you could be dead in. 1, spiritually. You see, when I talk about spiritual deadness, I don't mean religion. Because sometimes when I talk about spirituality, people just think about, oh, is it that I go to the mosque or I go to the church? No, we are spiritual beings before our body comes and then our mind is on top of it. So if you have no sense of purpose, you have no reason for being here, you do not even know why you are here or who brought you here, you need to get that introspection because you might be spiritually dead. And then we have the physical aspects, which we all know about, and we can talk more about it. Emotional deadness or emotional death. That's another issue. Sometimes life can beat you and can be so hard on you that before you realize you're just numb because you become such a cynical person. Everything, everybody's out to get you. Would you be a racist? Everybody, everybody, somebody looks at you, because you are emotionally numb, you become emotionally dead. And that, in that situation, you wouldn't be able to work. Another one is the mental deadness. You're just numb. Every day you're on TikTok scrolling. Everything is about the dopamine hits. Everything is about the dopamine hits. If you might buy and I would do it to see from now at your phone. And it's just scrolling. These people do not work. And when I talk about work, it's not just limited to the workplace. We need you to work at home. What role do you function as in your individual life? Are you a sister? Are you a mom? Are you a father? Are you a son? Are you a daughter? These are the roles that we need you to be in. And so we need you to be alive. And then the 5th one that I haven't mentioned is the social aliveness of being not dead in terms of your social aspect. Because you have work. You have to send money via Taptap Send. So it's like everything has to wait because I've got work. Oh, Charlie, I'm busy. No, you need to find time for these 5 broad aspects of your well-being. So just to reiterate, you need to be alive spiritually, physically, emotionally, mentally, and then socially. Under these ones, I often would mention things like financial well-being or financial wellness and professional wellness, because some of us, well, I'm not part. Some people struggle with professional boundaries. They come back from work, they bring work along. And I saw a joke recently with a boy was chatting with his dad, and his dad was sat behind his computer, and he said, "Oh, Dad, why are you bringing work from work every time to come and do at home?" And he said, "Because I don't finish it." And the boy said, "Well, maybe you're not smart. Maybe you should repeat your class." And I bet that is what we'll tell our children. If our children are time beer, they are behind their work. Maybe they would say, "Oh, our children should go to like a special needs or they should get special support." So if you are a dad and you're also not finishing your work and you're always bringing work home, maybe you should also be attending a special class. So we've set the background there, and I've spoken about the various broad categories of wellness here. And oftentimes, I think now it's become really a throwaway word that people use. Oh, if you don't take care of yourself and you don't take care of you will get burnout. And Burnout is almost becoming a new lingo that we use, just as we have butchered OCD and we have butchered depression. Burnout is a clinical diagnosis. And as an occupational health physician, I have the pet peeve when people think that, oh, if you have started work for 1 week and you find the work busy, oh, then I'm burnt out. I'm saying, no, you're not burnt out. No, you're not burnt out. Because burnout is actually defined by ICD 11, and it comes with it's a syndrome, and you need to meet all the criteria for you to say that you are burnt out. Other than that, find a new word for it. You can say my boss is stressing me, or I don't like the environment, or if you're a Gen Z, you can say it's toxic. That's fine. I'll allow you to say it's toxic, but you can't say that you're burnt out. So, how would we say, as a clinician or as an occupational health physician, how would I know that you are burnt out? You must meet all three criteria. You must have a feeling of low energy or depletion, and then you must have an increased distance from your job. So things that you usually used to enjoy, now you struggle more with it, and you become more negative or cynical about work. And then you must also show that you're not doing great at work, so your professional efficiency must have dropped. Then we can talk about that. So I have come up. This I give this talk quite frequently. I'm just hoping that no one has seen it, because I quite talk about this in professional settings, because I consult for corporate entities, and we talk about this flourish framework. And I'm saying that we all know what will happen to us if we do not live well. The question is why, how, and then where do we start from? Because it's easier for us to just say, oh, take care of yourself. Where do we start from? Because we're not like that. We've all come here because we are looking for something. And so you can't just wake up one morning and then you say, oh, okay, I think that maybe I'm going to take care of myself, maybe show me who you. Where are we going to start from? And this is what this framework is going to help us do. So I start by saying that feel your own pulse. That's what the F is for. And when I say feel your own pulse, I don't mean it's literally. It's just a figure of speech, figuratively. And I'm saying that sit down and do a self-assessment. I don't think that this program could have come on a better day, given that the year is slowly coming to an end. Some of us don't even know what success means to us. And so we are running, or we live our lives defined by what success means to other people. So we are thinking, oh, so I taught Tesla. But maybe I don't like cars, to be fair. So Tesla, if you wouldn't me doing come now Tesla and come on, you've really not tickled my fancy. That's not it for me. Let's talk about holidays. Yes, that's it for me. So we should all be able to feel our own pulse and know what works for us. During the day, some people are just really irritable, but maybe you're just constipated. Maybe you're just thirsty. Maybe you've had something. Just allow yourself to feel your feels. Be vulnerable. I see lots of people of Black origin in clinic as a GP, and then I ask them, how do they feel? I'm like, how do you feel? And sometimes when I realize that they are Ghanaians, I say, oh, Auntie, how do you feel? Doc, how do you feel saying? No, because it's not something that we're used to. We don't even know how to verbalize our emotions. So, how do you mean by how do I feel? How do I feel? Saying, and I'm saying, are you sad? Are you happy? Are you angry? Are you mad? Oh, okay, no, okay. Because it's not something that we're used to. So just allow yourself, as the year is coming to an end and you are listening to this talk, when you leave here, take a pen and paper, a diary, your phone. Most of these phone devices allow us to journal. Ask yourself, what would make me? Allow yourself to go through that. And after you've been able to answer these questions, carpe diem. Live today. Seize the moment. I know you got to send some money home, and we all have to deal with the black tax. But you see, dead men don't work. And I say this, your family would only be able to get money from you if you are alive and well. So don't keep saying, oh, me maintain, and then even if your blood pressure medication, you're not taking it. Oh, I'm jumping from bus to bus. I'm doing this because, oh, I have to be a good mom. No. First of all, you're not setting a good example of what a good mom is to your children, just in case you think that's what being a good mom is. And then secondly, if you should drop dead today, you would have caused them more harm than good. So take care of yourself so that you can take care of your loved ones. It's just like the principle that they use in the airplanes when you go. Just make sure that you put your own nose mask on, your face mask on first, and then you can take care of others. So live, because that's what we are supposed to do. And then the O for the flourish is that observe positive emotional practices. You know, sometimes we often would try and say, oh, these things are a bit woo woo, especially those of us who are Christians. But I have a lot of Bible quotations to support the benefits of these positive emotional practices. And what are these positive emotional practices? Things like mindfulness, meditation, gratitude, kindness. These are good things that help you to have a good sense of well-being. When you are kind to people, you feel good about yourself. Has there ever been a time where you were really rude to someone, and then secretly when you finish and you sat down, you just feel really icky. You feel nasty because as humans, even though you try to say, oh, with the medium to me and all that, we are nice people. So when we have to deviate from being good and you have to be unkind to someone, it really upsets our system and it takes us back to being dead men, and that's not what we want. I'm conscious of our time, and so I'm just trying to crack on so that we leave some time for people to ask questions at the back. So for the you, I'm encouraging us to upgrade ourselves. Upgrade ourselves. If you were here today, you've taken a right step in upgrading yourself. Learn something new. Fill yourself with good information. Don't just be dead scrolling on all these social media stuff. Be mindful and intentional about, look, I want to learn one thing today. It could be a new word. It could be, something. Just constantly try to upgrade yourself, and it would make you not a dead man. You would be a living person. So the R for the flourish framework is to rest, reflect, and recuperate. Rest means different things to different people. I often hear people say, Doc, it's me that same pa. And you're good, mommy. And I say, Doc, into 7 hours no, me breaking one, I say, me calling you number manager, who's a me a night. You see, when I come back from the night, what? It's up to you. It will be very sad. And one of my favorite quotations is by Confucius. He says that we all have two lives, and that we realize that we have the second one when you realize that you only have one life. And it would be such a waste of your life to have lived to your current age and not know yourself. Again, going back to the F, many of us have not allowed ourselves to feel. So we don't even know ourselves. We don't know that when we sleep below 5 hours, we wake up grumpy. We don't know that when we are menstruating, our breast hurts. You are 35, you are 37, you're even 40. You're almost 50. Your menses have stopped coming, and you don't know that it's menopause because you don't even allow yourself. It's like, me dem I busy or share. Me bo job or hana me bo. No, no, because you're just not heading the right way. So rest, reflect, and recuperate. Recently, I think it was a viral post about a Pentecost preacher. He was saying that if someone found one tumpemwa, na say wuwa, you know betumpem. And to wet, if you someone who doesn't get, he said, if you don't put yourself to rest and you on live, or you pop, or you're not alive, we will lay you to bed, we'll lay you to rest, because you didn't do that when you were alive, so we will do that for you when you are gone. So please rest. Another way that you can keep yourself alive is by inspiring others. It has I think it's such a mutual beneficial action that we often downplay. Someone is coming from Ghana to the UK. You're saying, oh, bruh, how will I do my passport? How would I do that? Maybe the person's coming to write an exam. Oh, bruh, let me show you how to do it. Or someone is just coming to the UK, started a new job. You say, oh, Ukwa, don't do it this way, don't do it. And I always hear people say, oh, Ghana for the Ghanaians are not like that. The Nigerians will show you the way. And I'm saying, well, are you Ghanaian? And they say, yes. I said, start with you. If not you, then who? If, unless the person telling me is not Ghanaian. But whenever I hear people rant, oh, doc, me dasipa, oh, what you're doing is not a very common thing for Ghanaians. Can't afford their young boy. And I say, are you Ghanaian? Then start with you. Be the man in the mirror. Whatever change you want to see, start it. So go out there from our conversation today and take someone under your wings. Is there a young boy in your community who doesn't have a father present? Start by being a role model to the person. Is there someone that you can inspire? Is it at work? Is it at home? Is it at church? Whatever role you find yourself, by inspiring people, you end up prolonging your own life. So it has a selfish bit to it. Go on and do it. And then for the S, I say share, connect mindfully. It's not every time that medium impairment I'm trying to mind my own business. I don't for doing a cotton in your you know. You have to be careful. That's what people they are bad. Ghana for me, shit. Ghana for me are wicked. So please, just try and connect with people. Don't. I'm not saying say almost say. I have seen with my own eyes people of black origin who have ended their lives, not by themselves, but who have unlived. They were in their rooms, they were living in council flats. 3 months. No one knew that they were dead. No one knew that they were dead. And it shouldn't be the case. I'm just thinking, so don't you go to church? Don't you have friends? Doesn't anybody call you? No, this weather is really depressing. I really hate the winter. I mean, it's dark. By the time it's 4 p.m., it's dark, it's cold. You can't go out. Even if you have nice dresses, you can't even show your dresses off because it's the same jackets. Jackets send over to me at all. How many jackets can you wear? You know, you end up buying many jackets, but then you end up having this staple jacket that you're always wearing to work. No matter how nice your dress is, you can't even get to show it off. Come to Ghana. You know, we will show you dresses, we'll show you levels, we'll show you shoes. Over here, if you don't wear the right shoes, you even slip and fall. So we need the friends, we need the connection, we need the right people. And they are not wrong when they say that your network is your net worth. Who are the people you're surrounding yourself with? Show me your friend, I'll tell you your character. Make sure that you're connecting mindfully with the right people. And for the final one, would say that heal yourself. And this is me putting on a bit of my doctor hat here. And I say, how do you heal yourself? There's a framework known as dreams. I'm saying heal yourself through dreams. Make sure you're eating well. So D is for diet. R is for right relationships. E is for exercise. A is for avoid substances. So you go to work, you come back, you're tired. 1 bottle of wine is for you. That's 9 units of alcohol, 9 to 11. There are some that are even 12. And then the WHO is recommending that we do about 14 a week. Initially, they said the men could do more, but now because of equality rights going anywhere, they're saying no, both of you should stay at the same level. So if you are drinking 2 bottles of wine by yourself, imagine, yeah, you've already knocked 18. Oh, cockcry, like you're above the normal one. And so when you start having a bit of, we go to the hospital and they tell you, oh, your HbA1c is high. You are pre-diabetic. What's the blood of Jesus? I refuse it. No, it's the wine that you've been drinking alone. It's the wine that you've been drinking alone. That is why your HbA1c is creeping up. And then management of stress. Another way that we can detox or try and manage our stress is by connecting with people, being mentors to other people, inspiring them, upgrading yourself. Just say, Duolingo is not paying me, but just try and learn a new language. And I've set my mom to it. We are learning Spanish because And by doing that, you would prevent yourself from your brain degrading early, so dementia and all these things. And if there's really something worrying you, you even allow it to take the best of you because you're learning French. I mean, your brain is occupied. And then the last one is about sleep. So I hope that I have been able to share a bit about how we can live and why truly dead men don't work. And I say that no matter how much you think you love your work or your work loves you, work will not keep a dead person there. It is against health and safety. It is scary. It is spooky. It is not Halloween. If you are dead, don't come to work. Just stay away because you scare everybody. You put everybody at risk. So in summary, I'm saying that F is fulfill your own pulse. L is to live because why not? O is to observe good, positive mental practices. U is to upgrade yourself. R is to rest, reflect, recuperate. I is to inspire others. S is to share and connect mindfully. And H is to heal yourself. My name is Dr. Hannah Brew. I'm very active on LinkedIn. I am the lead clinician for my private practice. It's called Haven Kairos Medical Center. I'm sure you can see it. Yeah. So I'm happy for you. You can scan there. Let's connect. Let's talk. If you need any support, I'm more than happy to. And then your questions are welcome.
Wow. You know what? I've never seen so many reactions in our, like, literally hands going, clapping, hearts flying across the screen. And clearly people really love that. And it's still going. You can tell all the fans that you're getting.
Oh, thank you.
So, yeah, definitely. That was very insightful. I mean, I've learned so much. What was I even saying about this burnout thing? And you know, and this is why I say this show is all about learning. Because even me as a doctor, I think I've definitely thrown around the word burnout, and I actually didn't know it was an ICD-11. You know, like on the same level as like actually mental health. So I didn't know that. So, you know, so I think, you know, there's so many questions, so much to ask you. But just before we do that, we're going to pause for a commercial break. And then we'll come back in the next 60 seconds or so. So guys, get your questions ready because, you know, Dr. Hannah's here all night, kind of.
Go on, share it.
So, Christica Manian, put me to wrap to from me, send Gamma in a minute in Sabacandia, and then one Taptap Send.
Yeah, Ebushanfo, we didn't did an Akuma Patchler one. They recommended Taptap Send that mama. And that's our father, also for baby. Diabasa, our rating so yeah. Our year A1. So, Pian road to Taptap Send. That all says it can find Taptap.
You're going to do a man, you're going to do a gala for say. You are going to near this coffee in here. May and friend for the VR, give me tap at the movie. Tap Send in this street.
The tap with the one.
Taptap, and one in a
Piao.
Hello, this is Lawyer Wisdom of Wismart Solicitors. Join me this and every Friday on OT TV from 8 to 9 p.m. for all your UK immigration matters. I hope to see you there. Thank you.
After successfully redefining a cross skyline with the delivery of the signature apartment, Cape May Properties presents an exclusive unveiling of the tallest residential building in Ghana, offering a first look of Sultan Sky. Sultan Sky, a magnificent representation of the seamless fusion of quality, groundbreaking innovation, and pioneering architectural brilliance. An extraordinary structure set to reshape the concept of upscale living. thanks to its inventive attributes and unparalleled commitment to precision. This master-planned residential development will focus on the building's location, security, privacy, the design's aesthetic brilliance, elevated features in each living space, cutting-edge smart home technology, and amenities beyond imagination, with fantastic residential features which include 24-hour concierge service, a state-of-the-art fitness center, a floating tennis court, a floating swimming pool, a spa, a sky pool, a sky lounge, a movie theater, co-working spaces, kids zone, distinctive lifts for staff and deliveries, private gardens, chef's kitchen, expansive terraces, entertainment rooms, restaurant, and 24-hour security. Selton Sky, a new perspective in the sky.
Okay, hello and welcome back from that commercial break. So as you know the drill, you can put your hands up for the Q&A sessions or you can write in the chat. There's so many people saying wonderful things about you, Dr. Brew, in the chat. So I'll leave you to sort of read that yourself in your own time. But I've got a few questions just to start things off before we have our audience sort of ask their questions. I'll also like to give a shout out to our faithful watchers, the people who are here all the time. I've got Esther, I see Auntie Amers here, Auntie Comfort, Josephine. It's been a while, but I know why you've been off for a while, but it's lovely to see you back on the show with us. Oh, we've got Dr. Mustafa's just joined us. Welcome all of you. Janet's here, Cecilia. Yeah, I mean, C is here. It's lovely to see all of you. It's honestly very nice. I knew Auntie Emma will have her hand up at some point. But Auntie Emma, I will come back to you. And remember, you only have 2 minutes. 2 minutes. So, right, let's see. So what's the first? Right. Actually, I've got so many questions to ask. I've got one from myself and I've got one from somebody else in the chat, but I'll ask my own questions first. So how do you prioritize your health, especially if you come from like an African background, when you're juggling your work, your family, your church community, when you're juggling so many things at once, you know, I'm a like relatively new mom, and I know people who've got 4 kids. I think somebody mentioned, was it you who mentioned, or somebody mentioned about somebody having 4 kids. And, you know, when you've got all that in the background, you're meant to be a super mom, you're meant to excel at work, you're meant to be involved in the church, and you're meant to do all of that. How do you actually then make time for yourself? Or, you know, yeah, can you help us with that, especially with Africans, you know, how we are?
Thank you so much, because that's a really good question, very practical. So I'd first of all start by unpicking your question by saying that how do you do it all and how do you get to be a super mom? So first of all, by not being a super mom and by not doing it all, because you cannot do it all. So if we start from that place, that's a good pulse to feel. That's a place of acceptance to say it's not possible. And each time that we say yes to something, we are saying no to something else. Mm-hmm. So each time that we are saying yes to being at work, we are saying no to going to Christmas carol for our children. I'm a mom. I have a young family as well. And so I acutely relate to what you're saying. And what helps me, and I preach it to my girlfriends, my sisterhood, everybody, even the men, but it's that we can't do it all. Mm. So no, it's not possible, because it's no, I can't even explain. It's not possible. You can't do it all. So that's where we can all agree and start from. So how do I do what I can do and do it best? You can ask for help. Okay. Do you have a mom? Do you have a friend? Can you pay for a nanny? Can you cut back on your hours? Can you go less than full time? Do you need to ask work for reasonable adjustments? These are things that you can do because we are one. You're just one person, and you can't be everywhere at every time. So what will happen is that then there's this phenomenon about mom guilt, and then ladies come around, and then we all sit and we moan and we say, "Oh, I couldn't go for my son." I don't do that. Do I miss my child? So I'm talking about Christmas Carol because a few days ago they were supposed to have we are in Christmas and so they are singing songs, and she said, "Oh, mom, he didn't come." I forgot. I'm so sorry. Okay, we'll have extra 5 minutes of bedtime reading so that we can make up for the church. That's it. And because even if I feel bad, I feel sad, it still doesn't take me back. I didn't see the show, I didn't see it. It's gone. So there's no need in wallowing in it and making yourself anyway. So yes, we can't do it all. Get the help that you can.
Hey, that's good. I like to hear that, especially when you say we can't do it all. So I think that's just a realistic check or feel of the pulse, because obviously some people say you can do it all, but this is, realistically saying actually you can't, And if you can, good for you, but most people can't.
But I can't.
Fair. Okay. And then my question for the chat, Auntie Emma, I'll come to you after this question. Okay. So somebody said, how many hours of sleep do you need? And they've made a statement because they said, people say rest is for the dead. I think it's off that example that you use. So obviously rest is for the dead. So whilst we're alive, we need to make hay while the sun shines. Or I'm getting all my idioms wrong today, but you know what I mean.
I'm with you. Yeah. There's more sleep after. There's more sleep after death.
Exactly. Yeah.
Rest is for the weak.
Yeah. That sort of
You've
thing.
got to burn the midnight candles.
That's
So
right.
I've got you today. I'm helping you where you're
Thank you
falling
so much.
short.
I think I've got some type of baby brain.
Fog.
So there you go.
That's all right. Look. Yeah. So rest is important because I don't know your faith, but what my little brains tell me is that if it wasn't important, God Himself wouldn't have done it. He after creating the universe, He took a whole full day to just chill out. Who am I not to chill? So coming from that, we can do a whole presentation. I'm happy to come back for us to talk about sleep and then the benefits of sleep. 100%. Sleep helps us to consolidate our memory. Sleep is a time that our body heals, is a time that our mind heals. And the effects, you might not feel it immediately, but it has a lot of cumulative negative effects. So we can talk about that. And that is why when you're even doing a shift work, we'll say do 3 days on and then some days off, so that you'll be able to put your circadian rhythm back on. You'll be able to regulate your body, because that is what your body is supposed to do. After work, your body is supposed to kick off. So to the question of how much time you're supposed to sleep, each to their own. But averagely, we want you to have at least 6 to 8 hours on the average. Yeah.
Great stuff. Okay, Auntie Emma, I've come to you now.
Thank you, Dr. Coase, for waking me up.
No problem. My pleasure.
Dr. Brew. Dr.
Yes,
Hannah Brew.
Yes, ma.
Obasima, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
This is what I think every woman needs, especially we Africans. We don't rest. And we think that me or Bantin, I have to do everything. We don't plan. I have learned it the bad way. So I had to learn all the things that you're saying. And, when I got the message, I just jumped out of my sleep and joined. And the first thing you said, blew my mind. Thank you so much for, coming on the show to come and educate us today. As I said, I learned it the hard way. I wouldn't even take it. Even when I'm off, I have to just go and work because I thought work was good. And I had a young family when I was just in the peak of my profession, So I thought, yes, because you've got this managerial post, you've got to really prove yourself. But at the detriment of my family. I mean the family and even to me. So I will just say, well done and thank you so much. And my other mom or a platform no so no no. Please, it's very, very important. So when you are either your husband or your work will go and replace you easily. And remember, no cry one you cry, and no afraid no aqua worry. Okra wo cry no worry. Please, let's love ourselves. Let's go. According to what Dr. Brew has taught us. Last I said, I learned it the hard way, and I wish I had heard this before I fell ill. You can't be a superwoman. You have to stop. I've been on the go today. When I came home, I just went to bed. I didn't look at the time, and I've had a good sleep. Even if it's an hour or two, I've had a good sleep. I'm just going to go back to sleep. And please, ask someone ask about sleep, how many hours? It depends. Sometimes you'll be on the bed, you think, oh, I've gone to bed. But your mind is all over the place. I don't call that sleep or rest. Shut down. Mindfulness. Imagine you on a very nice beach, Imagine, and just don't just imagine it. Just go and really explore yourself. I said if I died 9 years ago, 2016, I don't, not let me enjoy life. But when God gave me my life back, I really enjoy myself. Holidays, man could cry twice in a year. And it's not Ghana, because when you go to Ghana, I don't call it as a holiday. Kope Spain, baby, neko chile.
Auntie Amma,
For US, neko chile. Thank you, everyone. 2 minutes now soon. Dr. Brew, thank you. Love you.
Do you know what, Auntie Amma? We love you on the show. I had to message her. That's what she said. I woke up from sleep because I was looking through the chat, the people, and I said I can't see Auntie Amma. Let me message her and say, Auntie Amma, we're on. Because I know she'll kill me if she misses the show. So thank you again for coming, and obviously, honestly, being so honest. Auntie Amma has been very honest on the show about the challenges that she's faced. She's had some health challenges in the past. She's also a health professional, so she's always sharing what she's been through and how things have affected her. So thank you so much, Auntie Amma, for always being so honest and supportive on the show. Okay.
It's my pleasure, darling.
Just to add to Auntie Amma's thing, absolutely, no matter how much you think you love work or your work loves you. And I tell this to my junior doctors all the time. I said, if you're not well, don't come to work. Because guess what? Whoever is coming to replace you will be paid an escalated rate. So if they have to pay you £100, they'll give the person coming 150 because, we are sorry for the inconvenience. Don't enrich someone else at the expense of your health. Don't come.
So, question about mindfulness. Now, somebody's asking about mindfulness and saying, well, number one, they're saying, what is mindfulness? But I guess and then I'm going to add my own little spiel on it. No, I think just last week we spoke about mindfulness here, and I said, I tend to fall asleep whenever I try to do mindfulness. So are there any alternatives to what we can do? So that's like my question in with this question.
Right. So I actually had a little mindful exercise on it, but I thought that we were running out of time. So I didn't let us do it, but I'm going to share it with you so that we can all do it. So one way that I do, so we can do mindfulness for different things. It's not a one size fit all. People practice mindfulness for anxiety, mindfulness for depression, mindfulness for sleep, mindfulness even prior to go for interviews. It just helps them to put them in the right frame of mind. What is mindfulness? I have intentionally avoided to answer that question because it's bigger than me waffling on. So I'm sorry, but I wouldn't be answering what mindfulness is. I'm more than happy for you to Google it or ask ChatGPT or whatever what mindfulness is. They'll tell you, but I'm not going to define what mindfulness is today. But the mindfulness exercise that I do is that I say, and you can't fall asleep doing this, because you cannot fall asleep doing this. Let me just open it quickly and show you the exercise that
good. We can all have a go at it. I think I need some mindfulness
absolutely
now.
Yeah. I hope I'm not taking too much of everybody's time.
No, not at all. Actually, I'm more concerned about because obviously we said it's 1 hour, so 8 to 9. And we're well into 9 now, so I don't want to take any more of your time.
Right.
Dr.
Can you
Brew,
say
please, it's very important. So you can just talk till 10 o'clock. We don't mind. We are learning.
Auntie, I'm a for me kumbo me. No problem. He understands. Right. So this is I'm not sure if you can see my
Yeah,
screen.
I can see where we can see it.
Okay. Is that the best that you can do? Can you go bigger?
See that little green thing at the top, the 3 red dots?
Yes.
Yeah, the green one. Press on the green one. Not that one.
We're
See,
just about to
in the
teach
corner.
her how to do it.
What does this voice sound familiar?
I
It's your
was
friend.
just coming to teach you how to do it.
Oh my
Hannah.
God, it's my friend
I
who doesn't know
love you.
IT at all. She's a GP. She's not Dr. Priscilla. Bon. She's trying to teach me what.
Dr. Priscilla, welcome on the show. It's lovely to have you on.
Thank you very
Right.
much.
So in the right, see in your, is it right or left, right corner where you've got the red, yellow, and green circles?
Yes.
The green one.
I got it. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I got it. Right. Let me get you out of the way. Right. So this is a sensory grounding exercise that we do. So, Akos, what I say is for this mindfulness, and we can do it quickly. Sometimes I do it in between patients. You realize that sometimes a patient tells you something, it's so heavy on you that you need to kind of shake yourself off before you see the next person. Or it's lunchtime, you quickly rush out to go and get something, and someone really annoys you at Marks and Spencer that when you come back, you have to just calm down. You get this. Maybe your husband is supposed to do something or he doesn't do it, and then he calls you and say, "Oh, one fan Koreano, you didn't you put the children's thing?" I said, "But I thought you were supposed to do it, you know." Or another typical example, my husband will call me and say, "Where's the salt?" Oh my God. Oh, it just take your temperature from 0 to 100. You're thinking we are all living in the same house. Why are you calling me when I'm at work? When you're at work, I don't call you and ask you for salt. You know? So yeah, these things can shake you a bit. And this grounding exercise I find extremely helpful. So I've given the different scenarios that we can use, and you will not fall asleep doing this. So what we can do is that look out for 5 things you can see.
Mm-hmm.
So you look around you, and sometimes I mention it out loud just to get my mind in tune with what I'm seeing. Because sometimes we can be thinking and then things will distract us because life is lifing. But if you're looking out for 5 things you can see, I can see echoes on the screen, I can see myself, I can see my screen, I can see another laptop, I have my water bottle here. Oh yes, and I can see the dress I'm wearing. So these are 5 things I can see. So 4 things you can feel. Some people actually have the tag of their dress in their tag, scratching them. They've been wearing this dress for years. They've not even noticed that the tag keeps scratching them. And whenever I say this, they say, "Oh yeah, it's true. I sat here and the baby cried, disturbing me, you know, or something is not right." So what things do you feel? What is the texture of the clothes? Is it smooth? Is it silk? Is it cotton? What do you feel around you? Under your feet, what is is it a carpeted floor? Is it underground heating? Are you wearing socks? So these are the things that you can feel. So we've done the 5 things you can see, 4 things you can feel, and then 3 things you can hear. If I keep quiet, what can you hear in your environment? When people come with arrhythmias that, oh, their heart is irregular, and I ask them to drum it, what does it sound like? You'll be amazed how many black men don't even know that their heart beats because they've never taken the time to listen to what their heart sounds like because they are always on the go, you know. So if we keep quiet, what 3 things do you hear? You can hear your own breath. You can listen or hear your heart. There might be some ambient noise around you. You can hear that. And then what are the 2 things that you can smell? Any perfume, even your own breath.
I was
because
gonna
some
say.
people suffer from halitosis on when newborn, but they can't even sit tail easy. And everybody's shy. Everybody's Christmas time. People are buying you toothbrush and toothpaste. You don't know why they are buying you because
I can smell
they
my
want
dinner at the moment, so that's
they want to say things, but they can't say it. And then the last thing is, what one thing can you taste? And of course, I don't think you fall asleep doing this.
no, not this.
No,
Not this.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you do the other ones like sleep meditation
Yeah.
and the yeah.
So
For
yeah.
instance, for Christian people, some people have like healing scriptures that they listen to every day. Some people do wealth. They try to manifest wealth. These are good practices. Or even gratitude. The year has come to an end. What I started doing that I fell off the radar was that I had a gratitude jar. So any time that so every day when I close from work, I write on a sticker. What do you call it? A post-it note.
Yeah.
I had different colors of it, and I have this little jug, and I write, oh, maybe I'm thankful for finishing my clinic on time. I'm thankful for driving safe home. I'm thankful for a lovely lunch. I'm thankful for my daughter saying something or my son doing something. And then I just dump it in there. And sometimes when life gets really bad, you just dip into it and then you pick it. And it gives you such a warm feeling. It makes your heart so nice and cozy. And another thing that I was telling ladies that I was talking to in another session before I joined you was about build yourself a wall of fame. Build yourself a wall of fame. Not all of us will ever get awards in our life. If you get it, praise the Lord, you are lucky. But some of us might never be awarded. So the little things, if it's a thank you card you got from work, if it's a certificate that you have, stick it up on your wall so that as you see it, it builds you up. It puts you in a good frame. These are ways that will keep yourself alive so that you don't become a dead man who does not work.
I love that so much, honestly. And I can see Esther. Esther in the chat is saying she's got gratitude jar too. And I know where you live, so I'm gonna come and read that jar one of these days. But I think I need to start doing that because I think that's such a great idea. I'm thinking of, I've got so many empty jars in my kitchen, right? I could literally start tonight. I don't, it's inexpensive. It just sounds like a good idea. And like you say, if you've had a really bad day, just dipping into that jar and maybe just even seeing this is I have a little diary that I write milestones of my son. So, when like the first day he said I love you without me saying it first, and then imagine picking that up from the jar, just being like, oh yeah, mum, and I just feel like that would be really warm and fuzzy, isn't it? So that sounds really good. Okay. I'm gonna ask my
But
last
of course,
question.
can I
Yeah.
please add this praise and worship? Just
Yep.
praising God, putting on music and dancing also really helps me. Yeah, when I hear maybe, all of a sudden you've just heard a bad news or something which is disturbing your mind, I tend to switch off, make sure that I play a good music and dance my heart out. By the time I finish, I am okay.
Yeah, and I think again, probably a lot of Ghanaian aunties or Ghanaians can relate because my mom's the same. We wake up to music, we go to sleep to music. I don't know if you can hear her singing right now, but she's always singing. When you said what can you hear, I was like, well, I can hear that. So it's one of the things that she does as well. And I think it's really good because we grew up around that. So you're quite right. When you're sad, singing as well actually does tend to uplift the music. Yeah, so. Singing tends to uplift the music. I said singing tends to uplift the soul.
Yeah, I got you. Don't worry. You're allowed.
Fine. I'm gonna ask the last question from the chat. If anybody has any other question, please put your hand up or put it in the chat. If not, after this question, we're going to wrap things up and let Dr. Brew get on and get back to her husband before her husband starts doing mindfulness. So the last question is about as somebody saying, and I think it ties in nicely to what you said about being a Christian, but is it okay for a Christian to speak to a therapist or a psychologist?
Oh, I am so happy that you've spoken about this. I'm so, so happy.
And I
So,
guess, sorry, just to say, obviously the person adds from a Christian point of view, but I'm sure
yeah.
our other religious brothers, like Muslims, would probably have a similar thing as well. So if you can answer it in that
Yeah,
regard.
yeah. Remember that what at the very beginning I spoke about our wellness, the main component of our wellness, and I spoke about spiritual, physical, emotional, mental, and social wellness. And I did say that spiritual wellness or spiritual well-being is not limited to religion, but religion does not preclude us. It is not an exclusion criteria. And each to their own, but I do not think that God is against reasoning. I say that because and my now I'm coming to expose them. I don't know my scripture, but the God says, "Come, let us reason together." It just shows that He's a reasonable person, and when I say reasonable, it's not. He's someone who thinks. And I can go on and give many scriptures to support that God is not against you seeking support for your mental health. I read a research today and it was from King's College, and they were saying that 1 out of 6 people. So, how many people do we have on the platform, Because
About 30.
right, lovely number. So that means that 5 of us here present are on treatment for mental health disorder. And that is people who have accepted, agreed, and are on treatment. So that is 1 out of 6. What happens to the rest of the 5? You're assuming they are right, they're okay, they have no concerns, right? Wrong. 2 of them have very bad mental health concerns, but either because of religion, race, misconceptions such as these, they refuse to even, first of all, one, accept that there's something not right, and two, agree to go on treatment. And so, going back to our first one for the framework for the flourish, we are saying feel your own pulse. How do I feel? What do I want? How do I feel? What do I want? And there's nothing wrong with feeling sad or feeling low. I'm sure if your suffer will be truth to you or would be honest with you, he feels very low. I know a lot of us suffer that their wives are beating them, they're going through all sorts of things, but then they just keep up appearances. And it shouldn't be so. It's about time that people are honest with us. And what is therapy? Therapy is just helping you to unpick your negative framework so that you see things right. And another video that I usually like, I didn't put it on because I didn't know that we're going to talk about this. So imagine a hammer. A hammer often has 2 sides. It has a head and then it has the claw at the other side. So imagine that. And what happens to us most times is that we use the head part of the hammer to nail things into ourselves. So, what do I have here? Okay, I have my water bottle. Air has to pay me. So if this is the head of the hammer, and that the other end, the blunt end, is the claw, the one that you use to pluck out the nail. Oftentimes in our lives, we use the head to pin ourselves down with the nail. So this one will bend over, and then we'll self-inflict by hammering thoughts, hammering negative things, trauma, things that has affected and influenced our lives into it. What therapy does is that they help us to turn the head so that instead of using the hammer part, we use the claw. And by our own self, we go back in there to unpick the nail, to unpick the trauma, to unpick the cynicism, to unpick all the bad things that has happened to us. And I do not think, and this is my personal opinion, that God is against us. The Bible says that He wishes above all things that we will do well. He wishes above all things that we will prosper. And prosperity doesn't just have to be financial or physical. You need a sound mind in a sound body. And that is what therapy helps you to achieve.
Gosh, I love that. I love that so much. The hammer, you know what? And again, the reactions are just coming through. So, you're doing a great job. But yeah, thank you so much. I don't think I've got any more questions. Except for
Dr. Akos, Dr. Brew mentioned
the Isaiah, yeah.
the Isaiah, it's
Gotta read
Isaiah
it.
118, yeah.
Yeah,
Come,
I'm
let's
just
reason
gonna,
together, yeah.
yeah. So thank you. Auntie Alma, I mean, it was all your support.
It's a Suffolk crowd.
Oh,
I catch
that's
Dr.
good.
Mustafa Semso Mrama, sorry.
So he's written you a message in the chat. I hope you
I
can see
know,
it. Yeah, he
yeah, we are.
said. Okay, so that's lovely. Thank you so much for that. But yeah, no, I mean, the comments are coming through. Everybody's loving this. Some people are saying you need to come back. So I think we need to get you back for that sleep because I'm really interested in having that
Yeah,
session.
we can talk about sleep and then social prescribing.
Yeah,
Because
we can
social
do.
prescribing is my baby. I
Yeah.
love social prescribing.
So we can do that. Somebody's saying, can we put the recording on? So we've actually live streamed this on YouTube and Facebook. I can put the links in the OT Media group, just so you have it as well. So yeah, no, this was a great session. But just before we let you go, Doctor, do you have any last wrap up words or any last things, messages you'd like to give to the audience here?
I think we've spoken extensively, and if there is anything that I want us to go home and reflect on, it would be that dead men really do not work. You are
Absolutely.
only of good to us if you are alive and well. So take care of yourself. If not for anybody, for you. Thank you.
Absolutely, I love it. And as you can see, she's got her QR code up on the screen. So, like she said, if anybody wants to get in touch, if you want to know a little bit more about how you can, be stress free in life and the tips and things to use, she's very active. She's very good. For somebody who's honestly very busy. I don't know where she gets the time, but she will get the
I
time for
have
you. So
help. I have
just
help. I have help.
she has help, a beautiful family, I'm sure, and a very supportive husband. I tell you what, my just before I go, I shouldn't say this, but my husband just before I did the show was like, "Oh, Dr. Hannah Brew, I know her from somewhere." And I was like, "Where do you know her from?" And he says, "Do you know what? I've been following her. We've been following ourselves on social media for a very long time, but I think he's never, like, I think he said he either met you at a program or something, and you tend to follow yourself. And he was like, he's been following you for years, but he didn't recognize that it was you. When I initially came back and said, oh, I'd met this doctor, and he'd seen me post you and stuff, but he didn't recognize it until today. And he was like, oh yeah, I've been following her for years, and she's really good. So I think he's on watching you as well just now. So, so it's just to say, but yeah, supportive husbands are brilliant.
Please,
Sounds like
Supported Wives Association, we have to meet for tea.
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I couldn't do what I do without him. So this is great. But yeah, no, absolutely. So thank you so much for coming on the show. People, please do follow. I think I've put our details as well, and I do this every week. But again, myself and my co-host who couldn't be here, we've got our social media platforms. If you've got any questions or you want to follow us, or if you want, if you want to get in touch with Dr. Hannah, and unfortunately you've missed the QR code, just get in touch with us, and we can put you in touch with her. Again, just finishing up with some housekeeping. So thank you, Taptap Send and OT Media, for this opportunity. On every Thursday, we've got a time with Taptap Send. So again, you can sign on at 8 o'clock around this time, 8 to 9 o'clock, with the time with Taptap Send. And on Friday, we have Ask the Lawyer. And just like on this show, you can ask the lawyer any questions to do with UK immigration. Again, it's a free service, which is really, really helpful, especially in this climate with everything changing when it comes to UK laws and the ILR and how many years you can stay here and what, all those visa issues. So come onto that program and ask all the questions that you need. And obviously, we're here every Wednesday. So next week, 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock, we'll have another guest speaker. So please do join us. Otherwise, thank you. Have a great week. And thank you so much, Dr. Hannah. We'll see you back on the show sometime next year.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Good night.
Night, night.
Hey, Dr. Cosme Mencho.
I'll have to ask her for her availability now. So,
Hey, because it's very, very good,
Auntie Amma, wow.
Wild, pa.
me say next year, maybe.
Auntie Amma, what do you want us to talk about?
Oh my goodness, when it's women, we need to talk to
women's
women.
health.
Women's
I have a special
health.
interest. Should we talk about menopause then?
Oh, that'd be good
My
one,
goodness,
actually,
if yes, menopause is just I went through it badly, and
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
we Black people, we don't tend to just come out and talk
Absolutely.
about the symptoms, but
Yeah.
I have a lot of people because I tend to do health talks, and then I have people who contact me, and mostly it's on menopause.
Yeah.
So I think you need to come and talk
Yeah.
about
I
menopause,
mean,
and then
social
HRT.
prescribing is a good one, but if
social
you asked me
prescribing
to
is also
choose
good.
between that and social prescribing, I think menopause is more relevant to us
Yes, yes,
than
yes.
social
But I
prescribing.
like the sleep one as well, so we might have to get you on a few more times. So we might actually get her to be the opening show for the new year. So she might come on the first week that we get
Yeah,
back
yeah,
from
she
you. You
needs
never
to
know.
come. Yeah, because things like this, we think I mean, yeah, per se, yeah, Juma, we want to be, but we don't really look after ourselves, and a lot of Black women are struggling and suffering because there's no one to tell them. I struggled, I suffered, and I don't want any woman to go through what I went through. So I'm always advocating for, I mean, telling other women to just rest, take that. It doesn't matter your position. I don't know. I can't tell you, I mean, I've done quite a
Auntie
lot.
Emma, I'm going to push Dr. Coast to take the exams I took in women's health. It's really good.
Dr. Kos.
Yes, I'm going to make her
Is
do
a
it.
mental health no person cool.
And you're bad. It's a mental health, and Ma still mental health, so she can still do it.
I'm deciding that I'm gonna see. I literally said this last week. So you know how November was like men's health. So I said I used to say I have an interest in women's health, but I think I'm switching to men's because I feel like everybody's concentrating on women. Who's gonna take care of our men? And I have a little boy, so I was like, I'm gonna do men's health rather. So you guys can all do women's health, and I'm venturing
No,
down
no,
to
no,
men's health.
Dr. Kos, yes, sir.
Because I was talking to my sister the other day. Have we ended the live stream or still being?
Yeah, I think we've ended. Oh yeah, I think.
Okay,
so.
right.
Bestie, I'm still here to support you, bestie.
There, OT
Oh,
Media.
thank you,
Oh, good.
bestie. So yeah, I will give you Dr. Priscilla's contact so that you can get
So
her
she
to
can come on as well.
How
Yeah.
have I been roped into this?
I was gonna ask you backstage, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So what I did was that I made Dr. Priscilla go and take the.
Oh my goodness.
Priscilla, what exam did you go and do? The contraception bit.
The OTA.